Hello everyone, this is Rotaractor Karthika from Rotaract Club of Sri Krishna College of Technology, and today we're going to see about the asteroid collision problem. It is a medium level problem in LeetCode, and here we are given an array of asteroids of integers representing asteroids in the row, and the indices of the asteroids in the array represents their relative position in the space. So it is like 5 is the first asteroid, 10 and then minus 5. So for each asteroid, the absolute value represents its size and the sign represents its direction. So positive means it is moving towards the right and negative meaning it is moving towards the left. So each asteroid moves at the same speed. And find out the state of the asteroid after all the collision. If two asteroids meet, then the smaller one will explode, and if they are in the both in the same size, both will explode, and if two asteroids are moving in the same direction, they will never meet. So let us take an example of an array 5, 10 and minus 5. So the first element is 5. Since it is positive, it is moving in the right direction. Then we have 10. 10 is also positive and it is also moving in the right direction. Then we have minus 5. Minus 5 is negative. So it is moving in the left direction. So when we have two asteroids moving in the same direction, there is no collision. If two asteroids are moving in different direction, there is a collision. So we are going to create an array named result or a vector named result, so that we can store all those asteroids which is not being exploded or collided. So the first input is 5. So 5, since 5 is the only asteroid, we are going to store it in the result. Then we have 10. So 10 is also in the same direction as 5. So it is not going to collide. So we are going to store it in the result. Then we have minus 5. So minus 5 is in the different direction. So there is a collision. So we are going to check a condition. So when there is collision, when there is a collision occurred, we are going to compare the size of the two asteroids. So forget about the sign. Just focus on the size of the asteroid. Compare whether the 10 is greater than or less than or equal to the 5. Since 10 is greater than 5, so the asteroid 10 is going to survive and the minus 5 is going to explode or get destroyed. So we are not going to save the minus 5 in the result. So the minus 5 is exploded. So what if there is minus 15 in the array? If there is minus 15, we are going to check the condition. 10 is what? 10 is less than 15. Okay. So as 10 is less than 15, 10 is going to destroy. So in the array, we are going to remove 10 and we are going to place minus 15 here. So minus 15 is in this. Okay. So the answer will not be 5 comma minus 15 since there is also an asteroid numbered 5. So we are also going to check if minus 15 is greater than 5. Forget about the sign. 15 is greater than 5. So the 5 is also getting destroyed. So the answer would be minus 15. So we are going to check the size of an asteroid until and unless there is a bigger asteroid in the array. Okay. Then what if we have an array of element 8 and minus 8. So since in the resulting array, first we will be storing 8. Then we have minus 8 in the different direction. So 8 is equal to 8. The size are same. So the both asteroids will be destroyed. Okay, let's now get to the coding part. Here we have a class named solution and we have a function with a return type vector, and the function name is asteroid collision and the argument is vector and the name of the vector is asteroids. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to create a vector named S, you can give it anything. So here this S vector will be storing my result, and I'm gonna create an integer n, so that this will be storing my asteroid's size. So I'm giving the size function. Okay, now the size of the asteroid vector will be stored in int n, and now I'm gonna create a for loop. So this for loop will be traversing through each and every element of the asteroid, and here I'm creating a current element int asteroid of I, so that I can create an current element with the elements in the asteroid. First, when I is equal to 0, the first element of the asteroid will be stored in the current, and if current is greater than 0, if it is a positive number, I'm gonna store it in the S vector directly. Pushback of current. Okay. What if it is negative? If it is negative, I'm gonna create a while condition. While S dot, while not of S dot empty, while it is not empty, and S dot back. S dot back is greater than 0. Okay. While S is not empty, if it is empty, we can't compare with the another element incoming asteroid. So if there is no asteroid to compare or collide with, it will be getting stored in the vector. So I'm gonna create a if condition if current is not equal to 0. If there is a size in the current and it is negative, and the vector S is empty, we are gonna push it into the vector, pushback of current. Okay, now here we are going to compare the asteroids. If S dot back, if there is a element in the S vector, S dot back is less than minus current. So I'm giving this minus so that the current element is negative, and the negative will be cancelled out by this negative. S dot top back. So the element in the vector will be deleted. So when there is an element in the vector which is less than the incoming asteroid, what if there is an element with the size 10 and the incoming asteroid is minus 15? So 10 is less than minus of minus 15, 10 is less than 15. So the condition is true. So the 10 will be destroyed and the loop will be repeating until and unless there is an element in the asteroid array, a vector which is greater than the incoming asteroid. So else, next condition is else if S dot back is equal to the current element. If it is equal to the current element, I'm gonna pop the element in the vector, and also I'm gonna change the current element into 0. I'm gonna destroy both the elements which is in the vector and also the current element which is incoming asteroid, and I'm gonna break this loop. Okay, what if it is less than the element in the array? What if the incoming asteroid is less than the size of the incoming asteroid is less than the asteroid in the vector? Then we are just going to destroy the incoming asteroid, which is current. Current is equal to 0, so there is no incoming asteroid, and we are going to break this loop. Okay, and after this while loop, we are going to return the result. Okay, we are going to return the result, return S, so that the S vector is getting returned. Okay, let us run this code. And we have paused all the test cases. Now let me submit the code. As you can see, we are our code beats 96.84% and it is a optimized solution. And I hope you guys understood the approach. So thank you for watching.